They're trying to provoke us so they can declare a national emergency and probably martial law. I don't want to cause a panic. I hope I'm wrong, but if you don't want to hear this, I totally understand. However, you should know that at 5 p.m. today, some very big things are going to happen that will probably trigger a series of events unless someone steps in to stop it. Trump just signed an executive order freezing the disbursement of all federal grants, which covers trillions of dollars. According to his own memo, 3 trillion at least. This doesn't just cover research grants, charities and stuff, but also housing subsidies, SNAP, EBT, which help millions of Americans, including, by the way, hundreds of thousands of military families and over 1 million veterans. The total US GDP sits around $27 trillion. So if the $3 trillion estimate is accurate, they just put a freeze on about 10% of the economy. So it's not just these people who are going to be affected. This also, by the way, includes many domestic infrastructure and energy projects. So he just froze spending on roads and bridges. For those of you excited about this, you can get all this information yourself, but on to my point. Nearly 42 million Americans receive SNAP benefits, and that's still not enough. By the way, 86% of SNAP eligible households with a working age adult who's not also on disability report income. So they work. But basically 12.5% of the US population is about to lose the ability to pay for the meager amounts of food that they can afford. Add to that the efforts to make all these groceries far more expensive, including scaring away all the low-cost labor. They want people hungry and desperate quickly. Not only will it manufacture consent for basically rounding up all the cheap labor and turning it into free labor under the 13th Amendment, which, as we all know, legalizes slavery for imprisoned people, but a lot of people are about to become very desperate very quickly. There is a reason they also released people who were violent against cops. They want us to be a tinderbox. And the worst part is that the alternative isn't any better. The alternative is that we're all too afraid to do anything because we know that they just want the excuse to declare martial law, so we will all just let it happen. Pick your poison, I guess. The freeze goes into effect at 5 p.m. today, Tuesday, January 28th. However, it will probably be challenged in the courts. We'll see how that pans out in the next few hours.